My name is Margaret N. Windsor. I usually have the picture of my father and my Uncle George that helped kidnap me and take down his own brother, the real King Edward VIII. Usually show the double, the imposter that married Wallace Simpson, and Joe Kennedy was ambassador, and lovely pictures of Elizabeth. I guess you can afford to be lovely when you're living off of my money and my hell. I'm Victoria II. My father's King Edward VIII. Joe Kennedy Roosevelt, the New World Order. That's the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, my own cousin Elizabeth, the illegal. And Charles is a member of the New World Order, the Illuminati, the Freemasons. Look it up and see how the Windsors sit in the Freemasons. It's all the same group of people that are global, controlling everything globally, and they're in place. Even Obama, I want to go back to that when the government shut down. He even came on a tape. Well, it wasn't a tape. I actually saw the speech he made, and he talked about the New World Order was in place then, and the media won't cover it because Rockefellers and Rothschilds are who controls the New World Order, Illuminati. They're the ones that help kidnap me and control your press, America. Now, there was a 99-year seal put on my father's forced abdication. There was an addendum to it that was legal, an attachment, saying if he ever had an heir, the heir would not be excluded. They would inherit. Well, surprise, surprise, I was born in 39, and the picture I usually show of my Uncle George, the sixth, the illegal, there was an interim government, is what was formed, and he stole it. My father never married Wallace Simpson. The imposter did. He was married to my mom, again, Claudia O'Keefe of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. George O'Keefe, the artist, was her sister. Now, they brought me to Moulton, Alabama, and gave me the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey, married to Childers. Peggy and Carl were both killed. They were born out of wedlock. By the way, so was Wallace Simpson, so you get into, you know, patterns. The mother had killed them, and it was a pigsty and a messed up family that beat me every day of my life. Now then, back to today. I'm the legal heir, and what's happened to me in this country, I found out about my kidnapping in '83 when I ran in a congressional campaign to replace Larry McDonald when his plane went down. The Soviets shot it down when it veered out of into the airspace, the KAL. And Larry McDonald, the doctor congressman I'd written about in the medical malpractice book, was supposed to have been on board, so history records. Everybody went down. I got in the campaign, was sent out to Larry Flint's, and I was writing about mind control and what can be done with it. A plane, you just program the pilot, the controller, etc., or the shootings, the mass shootings, or kill one person, doesn't matter, or suicide made to look like suicide when it's murder. Now I'm getting ahead of myself because I put on tapes this morning. It was long lists over the years that were done in mind control patterns, or else you wouldn't know it. Mind control is invisible. They modify your behavior and etc. Background check is a lie. It's made to look like. What I want to say is I just saw Obama, and he's in the Netherlands, Amsterdam, near The Hague. Now then, they're talking about Soviet Union or Russia. They're saying everything bad in the book, just like they did my dad. Everything about my dad was a lie, they said. They had him, to tell you what they did to him, this is the Americans and the New World Order and part of my family. Tell you what they did to him. They had him, I was born then when this happened. They had it on the news that he was riding a tricycle in a diaper. So then you got Larry Flint. So some people here, a few, have helped. Larry Flint wore the diaper, if you remember. It was the American flag. Look what they did to the Brits. But they did so much. Now then, I want to say this, though. They just lied about everything about him. My father was a good man. That's why they got rid of him. 99-year seal. Think about it. Okay, now then, they're talking about, um, um, they're talking about Prime Minister of Russia and, well, President Putin. Excuse me calling him Prime Minister, I guess. But the thing that gets me is, okay, you got Russia. You got my family, Tsar Nicholas. Same relation they are to Elizabeth. I hate to have to use her name. She's illegal. But Tsar Nicholas was my family too. And this was Anastasia that was next door to me that they killed using the Blue Ridge mental health system to kill her. She was married. She married a professor, Menahan, and they killed her. Flat killed her. May the 4th, I believe, was the day, well, I know it was, of 84. It was when I drove Larry Flint car through there, and I was just finding out about my real name and kidnapping. Now then, if it wasn't enough, you got to take out Tsar Nicholas and his family and lie about them. They were decent people. You got to make them look bad to justify what you're doing, just like they did to my father. And you should see what they've done to me and my sons, Mark and Scott, who are heirs. But here you've got Obama, and you've got supposedly they're talking about making the president of Russia out of the G8. And here you've got them in The Hague, Netherlands. And you know who is there? That's the other one of my relatives. Same relation she is to Elizabeth, remember? And Philip, my God, my family, some of them are so corrupt, it's beyond belief. It really is. They sold out everybody. Wasn't even theirs to. Anyway, it gets me. I just saw it on TV where they're talking about President Putin and they're going to exclude him and sanctions on him. And here, this country and the New World Order, the Jews are part of it. Rockefellers and Rothschilds, they go way back in the Bilderbergers. Now then, they're the ones that help orchestrate Tsar Nicholas's death and family, and kidnapping of me and taking out my father, and what happened to my sons here in this country. And they're pointing a finger at Russia. And this is what I really wanted to say. It gets me. You got Elizabeth, who's illegal. I mean, the money she spent is not even hers. Her father and her have signed treaties that are illegal, allowing Americans to put their bases on British soil. So the United States owns everything now. Great Britain's a hostage just like I am. Now I wanted to add this because this just gets me. Elizabeth and Charles are part of the Illuminati, the Freemasons. Pick up in Google before this goes off. I want to get this, and you can see how some of the Windsors I'm talking about. That one of them lives in one of the castles. So hey. And you know where I live on the street I have, and on the Appalachian Trail, freezing and starving. So now then they're in the Netherlands, near The Hague, having this meeting, and what all they're going to do to Putin. And now then, you know who she's my relative too, just like Elizabeth is. She was Queen of the Netherlands. She just abdicated last year, I believe. I'm sure it was. So now her son is king. And, you know, she is one of the wealthiest women in the world. And she's part of the New World Order, just like Elizabeth and Charles, and the Clintons, and the Kennedys. And you can't go near it when they're having a meeting. It's secret. There's pictures of them posting it, like the Clintons. And you got people out in California can't wait for Hillary Clinton to run for president. I can't wrap my mind around it sometimes. I really can't.